Hey there, my Liquid Soulmates. This is Kelly from Liquid Soul, coming again with our new moon message. And this week, I wanted to focus a little bit on I wanted to start with a couple of stories to demonstrate my focus. So, there is one story, and I believe it was told by Eckhart Tolle, and he mentioned that there were two monks who were walking down the road, and they saw a woman who was trying to step over this very large puddle of water without getting the bottom of her dress wet. And so, as the monks were passing through the water, one of the monks picked up the woman and carried her over the water so that her dress didn't get wet, and then set her down. And then the rest of the journey, the other monk who didn't pick up the woman was like reprimanding the monk who did, and said, it's against our policy or beliefs to touch women, and I can't believe you broke that to help that woman, so on and so forth. And the monk who picked up the woman replies, I put that woman down miles ago. Why are you still hanging on to her? And I love that story because a lot of times we do hang on to things and don't let them go when they are, definitely in the past. And the other thing that I wanted to mention in that story is that sometimes where there has been a structure of belief where we're following like this human um, handbook, if you will, or even like an employee handbook, right? You have to follow these established rules and laws. That sometimes those established rules and laws don't allow us to have any gray area where we need to be compassionate or helpful to someone else. We feel limited by these, established rules, and they're not necessarily always ethical. Um, and then the other story I wanted to talk about is where there was a family who traditionally cooked a ham for Christmas. So, since Christmas is coming up, I thought this was appropriate story. Um, and they always, so the tradition was to cut off both ends of the ham before sticking it in the oven. And the young couple was there hosting, and grandma and great grandma were going to come to the young couple's house as they hosted this particular year. And as the wife prepared the ham, the husband said, why do you cut off the ends of the ham? And she said, I don't know, that's how my mom always did it. We'll wait until she comes and I'll ask her. So mom comes and she says, Mom, why do we always cut off the ends of the ham? And mom or grandma replies, I don't know. That's how my mom always did it. It's just a family tradition. So then, as great grandma or the third generation back comes to the home, they ask, Grandma, why do we cut the ends of the ham before we stick it in the oven? And she said, well, I couldn't afford a bigger pan, so we always had to cut the ham so that the ham would fit in the pan. And this story really establishes, once again, how we can kind of get stuck in traditions without even knowing exactly why we're there, which brings me back to the first one. When there's a tradition of something that's very, very old, and it doesn't allow for that room of evolution where there's natural growth. And our pattern as human beings is to naturally have this growth and evolution. That's just how we were born. I mean, even if you look at the whole birthing process, when we are babies or children, we're at, one certain level, and then we continue to graduate. We go through, the different stages of baby food, and then into real food, and then we get to school and the different stages of school. So Life is just this evolutionary process. And so the message today that I wanted to focus on is to be curious. Really ask yourself, like, where are there habits that don't necessarily fit? Or where are there beliefs that create limits in my ability to be the full expansion of who I am? Where have I been taught things that I don't know the basis of? And are those things really essential in my life? Are they helping me in my life? But this curiosity, just being able to ask the why with everything you do, helps to investigate, like, what do I need to keep on me, and what do I need to let go, so that I can allow myself to evolve and grow in this beautiful natural process of evolution that our cells do every single day, even without our acknowledgement, even without our knowing or understanding, for that matter. So I encourage you, through this beautiful holiday season, to be curious. Be curious with your traditions. Where are they not allowing you to be spontaneous? And where do they keep you restricted in a past version of yourself? Gift yourself the ability to evolve naturally, without judgment and without question, tapping into your inner knowing with that curiosity. I wish you the most beautiful holiday and a marvelous new year coming up, 2025. That's so crazy. So with that, namaste.